Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavani Prasthita Deshatharini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Guru Gopal Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna, discussing today on the topic of Vraja Mandala, Holy Dham of Vraja. What is the difference between Vrindavan and Vraja?
Vrindavan is one forest and Vraja is one forest.
Okay, that's what we are discussing today. No, almost, you're right. So, we are reading from a book called 84 Kosh Vraja Mandal Parikram. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead descends, Krishna, he brings his abode also. And when he brings his Dham, it is non-different from his abode, Goloka, in the spiritual sky. Here in the material world, it becomes known as Gokul or Vraja. So now we are reading. When the Lord desires to appear on earth, along with his eternal associates, the Gopis and Gopas, he first manifests on the earthly plane his own spiritual abode, Dham, where he will enact his transcendental pastimes for the benefit of the world. Before Krishna comes, his Dham comes. So, quoting from Vraja Riti Chintamani, the peerless and supremely sweet land of Vrindavan is the blissful abode where the Supreme Personality of Godhead enjoys pastimes. It is the incarnation of the Lord's form and is non-different from him. It's non-different from him. In Vaikuntha, the Lord's abode is known as Goloka. When it manifests on earth, it's called Gokul. Gokul or Gokul Vrindavan. The word Gokul means, Kula means home and cows go. So Gokul means home of the cows. Vrindavan, what does Vrindavan mean? The forest Vana of Vrinda. What does Vrinda mean? Here it says that Vrinda refers to the forest goddess Vrinda Devi, who manifests herself as different flora and fauna, that means plants, flowers in Vrindavan, specifically as the sacred Tulsi plant, which grows in great abundance throughout that sacred forest, Vrindavan. So the transcendental abode, Gokul Vrindavan, which is here on this earthly plane, is also called Vrindavan Dham. Dham means spiritual abode, and Vrindavan Dham covers approximate area of 168 miles, 84 Kosh. Vrindavan Dham is known as Vraja Mandala also. So what does Vraja mean? Vraja means pasturing ground, where cows graze, and Mandala means area. So Vraja Mandala, pasturing grounds. Vraja Mandala includes 12 forests, sacred forests, and rivers, lakes, hills, groves, gardens. The entire Dham is completely spiritual, is non different from original Goloka Dham. In Garga Samhita 2.153, Sri Varaha Dev is speaking. He speaks to Bhumi after he rescued Bhumi from the bottom of the universe. They came to what is known as Vishram Ghat. Vishram Ghat is also where Srila Prabhupada would bathe in Yamuna. It's on the Yamuna, little distant from Gokul. So over there, he was speaking to her details of Vrindavan. What is Vrindavan? So he says, Sri Varaha said, "Oh beautiful one, you see transcendental Mathura Mandala, in bracket Vraja Mandala, which is part of the realm of Goloka. It is not destroyed at the time of devastation. So we read that actually this Dham came long time ago, and it was marked that it's a holy place. Now we'll see later how many great personalities came here before Krishna came for his Leela. So the term Vraja Mandala, when we say Vraja, it actually means Vrindavan Dham. It descended here, so anyone can go and get access to the Lord's abode, which before they could not. It's Vaikuntha. So out of great mercy, he manifested it here and explained in Shastra even how big it is. How big is that area where it's starting and ending. And those who wish to become devotees and surrender their lives can go there and experience his transcendental presence and visit the places of his transcendental pastimes, even long after he left the world. So now, today, when we say Vrindavan, what does it mean? We say Vrindavan, we are coming from Delhi. When you come from Delhi, after some time, you come to Kosi. Kosi is, you can say, board of the Dham. Then there's a right turn. It says Barsana, Govardhan this way, Vrindavan this way. Where's Vrindavan? That is where ISKCON is. But, okay, now this is UP government. But now, according to Shastra, this is all Vrindavan. Vrindavan is from where ISKCON is, Barsana, Govardhan. That was one forest. No trees are left, but that's a forest. And then there are other 12 forests. So that is actually Vrindavan. But now, for convenience, Vrindavan is there where ISKCON. Anyway, you've not been. You've not been, huh? Not been. But now they say Vrindavan is where ISKCON is. Now we're going to Govardhan. That is somewhere else, 1 hour away. So now it's like that. But we'll read about here the size. So Krishna descends from time to time, as he says, to establish religious principles. When does he descend? He descends once in a day of Brahma. Brahma has 100 years. Every one of those days, 14 Manus come. The 7th Manu is known as Vaivasvata Manu. That is the office. Different people take that office. So, in that time, so in that time, when he descends, it's in Vaivasvata Manu. Out of the 14 Manus, this is the 7th. Now, in each Manu, there are 71 cycles of, known as Divya Yuga, Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali, 71. In the 28th cycle, Krishna comes in the 7th Manu, 28th cycle, at the end of Dwapar Yuga, Sandhya of Dwapar and Kali, Krishna descends on schedule, is mentioned. Before he descends, from Satya, from before Dham comes, well, if there's creation, if there's no creation, it's there from beginning. Creation happens, then many yuga cycles, that Dham remains as it is. So Dham was known even in ancient times. So it says here, one of the earliest references to the holy Dham of Gokul Vrindavan is found in Adi Varaha Puran. Adi Varaha Puran mentions the Dham. This relates a conversation between incarnation of Vishnu, Lord Varahadev, and his consort Bhumi Devi. We just saw one conversation, which took place at Vishram Ghat on the bank of Yamuna at Mathura during Satya Yuga, just after the earth had been rescued from the ocean of devastation. So in that conversation, Bhumi Devi, with Bhumi, Lord Varaha enumerates the glories of all the various tirthas located within Vraja. He explains all of them. But now we are going back later, because now Krishna came at Dwapar Yuga. Before that also, so many personalities came. If we read in Srimad Bhagavatam, that area was there. But one of the kings, I forgot, he established and called it Madhupuri. And it was known as Madhu. Even in Tamil literature, when they refer to that area, it is Madurai. They refer to. So it's known as Madhu. Then Madhupuri became Mathura. Then that was the whole area. But within Mathura, then we'll see, Vraja, different areas. So, since very ancient times, saintly people journeyed to the holy Dham of Vrindavan in order to perform tapasya. Who are they? Amongst the most famous is Dhruv Maharaj, Dhruv Leela. So, in Raivata Manvantara, now we in Vaivasvata Manvantara, he came in Raivat Manvantara and underwent severe austerities in Madhuvan, one of the vans. So Madhuvan, if I'm not mistaken, no, that is not, okay, Madhuvan forest, because a demon Madhu was killed there. Just to please Lord Vishnu. Then Ambarish Maharaj, he performed great penance in Madhuvan and observed Ekadashi Vrat for 1 year. Remember that? 1 year Ekadashi Vrat for the satisfaction. So that he did in Madhuvan. Then Prahlad Maharaj, his grandson, Bali, he worshipped the sun god Surya Narayan and performed a Vedic sacrifice on the bank of Yamuna in Madhuvan again. So he could conquer the world, and he did after that. Shantanu, Maharaj Shantanu, I think he's Bhishma Dev's father, king of Hastinapur. He performed great penance at Satoya to please Surya Narayan so that he could obtain a saintly and heroic son, and he got. Even the goddess of fortune, after hearing from Narad Muni about Krishna's Vrajalila pastimes with the gopis, underwent severe penance in Bilavan forest in order to become a gopi and take part in those transcendental pastimes. And that area is there still, where she came, she could not enter because the Ras Leela happens across the Yamuna. The Yamuna is there. On the right side there are 5 forests. On the left side there are 7 forests. So she wanted to cross and go there, but she did tapasya to qualify and she didn't. She, Aishwarya Bhav. And there's a temple of Lakshmi now also where she did the tapasya to come. She didn't enter though. That is in Bilavan forest. Now we are saying forest, but there is no forest, by the way. There is no more forest. There is roads and shops. So many great sages and munis also did tapasya in the holy Dham. Kapila Dev, Narad Muni, Kanva Muni. In different parts of the Vedas it's explained. Vishwabutra Muni, Garga Rishi, Ashtavakra, Durvasa, Gautama, Sapta Rishis also, Dattatreya. There's a long list here. List is going on. In fact, it is said that son of Vyasadeva, Parashara Muni, and his son Vyasadeva. It is said, in fact, it is said that Srila Vyasadeva, if we read the narration, he was born in a river. And in some narrations, the boat stopped in an island and he was born on that island. After his parents were married, Parashara and Satyavati. So the place where he was born is on an island in Yamuna river near Mathura. Others like Agastya Muni perform many Vedic sacrifices at Akrur Ghat. Many ghats along Yamuna on the outskirts of Vrindavan. And Sobari Muni, remember the Leela of Sobari Muni in Srimad Bhagavatam? You remember? Yeah. Sobari Muni. You remember that pastime? Underwater. So he meditated deep inside river Yamuna at Kalya Harada. It says here, Kalya Harada, near Sanoraka. That was also in that place. So what is the meaning of Vraja? We are saying Mathura, we say Vrindavan, okay? We know how the name Mathura came. Vrindavan is a forest. Now they refer to Vrindavan as the whole area. But many places in Shastra, this is referred to as Vraja. There are a number of meanings to the name Vraja, but actual root meaning, have you heard this word before? Somewhere in Bhagavad Gita? Yeah. Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. So, in that shlok, chapter 18, verse 66, Bhagavad Gita, so there it's mentioned, Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanamaja aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshayishami ma shuchaha. So we'll just look at that. Okay, here, mamekam sharanam vraja. Now here vraja means go. In this verse, go means go and surrender. Come, ekam sharanam vraja. Okay, go. Now here it's written, root meaning of the word vraja is to go or to move. Therefore the simplest definition of vraja, why is it called Vraja Dham? It's the place where cows roam freely. Cows just walk around and roam, and cowherd boys roam around and walk around. This refers to Vrindavan, the transcendental land of cows. Vraja can also mean the land where cowherd boys and their large herds of cows roam unhindered from one forest to another. When Krishna appeared on earth, he also wandered about unhindered with his herd of cows and cowherd boyfriends through the pasturing lands of Vraja. Therefore, Vraja can also mean unhindered, unlimited freedom, just to walk around, roam around, nothing, no restriction like that. Unhindered, unlimited, and to go and to roam around. Therefore, the word Vraja can also mean, that is unhindered. Another meaning is derived from Sanskrit. Vrajati gacchati iti vrajaha, which translates as that which moves around is Vraja, which implies that Vraja means to move around or go here and there unhindered, just as cows do. Have you seen cows? They eat grass, then here. Oh, that's more green, they'll go there. This is more green, go. And then if you come after 1 hour, where are the cows? That's what happened with Krishna. Cows disappeared, then he went to look for them. So in that way, they just move as they like, so unhindered. According to the Sanskrit dictionary, there are a number of related meanings to the word Vraja. Even a way, a road, wandering, roaming, even cattle shed, where cows are kept. Pen, enclosure, place for herdsmen. But everything here has to do with cows. Herd, flock, swarm, troop, host, multitude. Now, a more deeply philosophical meaning is found in Skanda Purana in the following verse. Shandilya Rishi says, "My dear Parikshit and Vajranab." Who's Vajranab? Krishna's grandson or great-grandson? Great-grandson. He was put in charge of Mathura later. So, my dear Parikshit, this is in Skanda Purana. And Shandilya Rishi speaking with Parikshit and Vajranab. I will now tell you the secret of Vraja Bhumi. Listen carefully. Carefully, listen. The meaning of the word Vraja is all-pervasive. According to ancient opinion, this land is named Vraja because it's actually all-pervasive. It is an all-pervasive spiritual manifestation situated beyond the 3 modes of material nature. Therefore, it's called Vraja. There is no limit. Goloka, how big is Goloka? There is no limit. It comes on this earth also. This verse is from Skanda Purana, gives us information that transcendental land of Vraja is different from any other place on earth because it's beyond the effects of material nature and is a place where all suffering can be finally ended. Therefore, if we can surrender our hearts to Krishna and take shelter of his abode, allowing its all-pervasive spiritual nature to pervade our very own existence, the transcendental land of Vraja can, by its all-pervasive spiritual power, purify our existence. So when we are speaking about Vraja, now what is the difference between Vraja and Mathura? Sometimes we go house to house. They say, I went to your temple in Mathura. But we say Vraja, some say Vrindavan. In the Puranas, the area known as Vraja Mandala was generally referred to as Mathura and was associated with the pastimes of the Lord Vishnu, like Varaha, Prishni Garbha. But that you see, even in Shastra, they'll mention, Bhagavatam, they mention Madhupur. But after Lord Krishna's advent on earth 5,000 years ago, at the end of Dwapara Yuga, the name Vraja Mandala became exclusively associated with the places where Lord Krishna performed his pastimes. Although Mathura Mandala and Vraja Mandala cover the exact same area and exist simultaneously, the name Vraja Mandala refers to the place where Krishna performed his Vraja Leela pastimes. Vraja Leela is the Gopas and the Gopis and the cows. Those Leelas are in Vraja. And where he appears in his original form as Govinda, Shyam Sundar, with the peacock feather and garland, forest flowers. But he didn't go to Mathura like that. In Mathura he was dressed up. On the other hand, Mathura Mandala refers to the place where Krishna appears in his plenary expansion as Vasudev and enjoys pastimes in various Vishnu forms. Example, Lord Hari, Mathura Ishwara, Dwarkadish, Sankarshan, Prishni Garbha, Varahadev, Parathasarthi, they all were in Mathura. They were not. Krishna as Shyam Sundar was in Vraja, but all these other Vishnu forms, expansions, they appeared in Mathura Mandala. So this distinction between Vraja Mandala and Mathura is meant to demonstrate different varieties of pastimes and loving relations. So the pastimes we refer to as Vraja Leela, that is Gopas and Gopis and Ras Leela, etc. They were really unknown to people. Everyone knew about Mathura from other Shastras, but Vraja Mandala no one hardly knew. It was not there. Even though it was in Bhagavatam, who will read Bhagavatam? And Bhagavatam was spoken recently. Then who knew about it? It was not known. Later Mahaprabhu brought it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If it is not for him, that song, Yadi Gaur nahi to kabe ki hoi to kemone dori nude. Then it says there, who would have spoken about Radha, Krishna and the Gopis? Before the advent of Krishna, Vrajaliya pastimes were unknown. The only concept of God people had of God was Almighty Creator in awe and reverence. So, what is different? In Vraja, Krishna enjoys intimate pastimes with his devotees, and they don't realize he's God because of his Yoga Maya Shakti. The Yoga Maya Shakti of Krishna covers everyone, so they're not aware that he's God, although they know, but they are covered. They think of him as an ordinary boy. So only in Vraja can Krishna enjoy the state of moving with his, like unknown, not known as God. I think you should stand up. He's not known as God. Only in Vraja is he roaming around like a cowherd boy and with cows, not as God. And only in Vraja, you may not know these terms, does he experience state of parakya bhav? You understand? Vipralamba bhav and mahabhav. It is only in Vraja this is experienced. Okay, just one other section here. Now regarding Vajrana, Mahabharata explains, when Lord Krishna disappeared from this planet, the Pandavas also retired from their royal duties as sovereign rulers. They also left. But before leaving, they brought Vajrana and made him in charge of Indraprastha and Mathura. Vajrana was the only surviving direct member of Krishna's family. And who was he? It says that Vrajanath was son of Anirudh. Anirudh was son of Pradyumna, who was Rukmini's son, Krishna and Rukmini. So Vrajanath was the grandson of Krishna, the only surviving member. So as soon as he was put on the throne, many of Krishna's devotees, headed by Shandilya Rishi, they were feeling great pangs of separation from the Lord. So they requested Vrajanath to establish temples and holy tirthas at all the places throughout Mathura, throughout Vrajamandala, where Lord Krishna performed his pastimes. So Vrajanath agreed, he was happy. But there is one thing, that Vrajanath had never saw Krishna. Who was the only person who saw Krishna? At that elderly, she had seen Krishna. So based on her narrations, he was carving the deities. So he agreed, and being guided by Vedic scripture like Adi Varaha Puran, he studied the Shastra, and he identified and named every forest, grove, garden, kund, hill, rock and village connected with Krishna. At that time he again identified them. He installed 16 very important deities at places around Vraja. The first he established, the first were Madan Mohan, Govindaji, Gopinath and Gopal. This Gopal I'm talking to is Sakshi Gopal. Sakshi Gopal deity, which we saw in near Puri. It was originally in Vrindavan, established by Vrajanath, a very beautiful deity. Although Vrajanath was the son of Aniruddha, who was himself the son of Pradyumna, Krishna's own son from the womb of Rukmini, as I mentioned, he never saw Krishna. Therefore, to arrange to carve the deities, he took help from his grandmother, Uttara. How was his grandmother? Huh? That's Pariksha. Anyway. Okay. It's written here. Okay, so with the help of Uttara, Vrajanath immediately had 3 deities carved first. This is known in Chaitanya Charitamrita as Teen Thakur. The Teen Thakur, that is Madan Mohan, Govindaji and Gopinath. First, now it's mentioned that when he first carved Madan Mohan. When he carved Madan Mohan, from descriptions of Uttara, he used Vraja Shila, pure black marble, which is there available in Vraja. When she came to see the finished deity, she said, Madan Mohan resembled the Lord from the navel to the lotus feet. Govindaji perfectly resembled the Lord from his navel to his neck. Govindaji. And when Uttara saw Gopinath, it said that she blushed with shyness and covered her head as if Krishna manifested. He did, the deity form. She said, this perfectly resembled the beautiful, ever-smiling lotus face of the Lord. Have you seen Gopinath? Deity. So, in Jaipur, the one he carved is in Jaipur. So these 3 deities represent Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojan, eternally. They manifested, but the eternal deities manifested again at this time, and they are very important for the Gaudiya Parampara. Sakshi Gopal was installed in Vrindavan, but later the deity moved to Orissa. You know the Leela that happened. And other deities installed at various places include Keshav in Mathura, Haridev, Manasi Ganga, Govardhan, Srinaji Gopal. That was the deity that Madhavendra Puri found later on. It got lost. He found in Dwadashatil. So that was in Anyor village on top of Govardhan hill. He established it. And the deity of Krishna's elder brother Balaram, Dauji, in Mahavan. That deity is there. Vrajanath also established 4 Shivalingas, Dikpalas, protectors of the holy Dham, Bhuteshwar, Gopishwar, Chakreshwar and Kameshwar. He also established 4 deities of Krishna's sister Yogamaya. which are known as the four Devis of Vraja. They include Yogamaya Devi, which is at Yog Pit in Vrindavan, Vrinda Devi, that is in Kamyavan, Manasi Devi at Govardhan, and Pattala Devi in Mathura. Almost all of the holy places and deities established or abandoned or looted or hidden or lost. They're not there anymore. Many of them, a lot of them. So this, for a long time, the Vrindavan became covered. People didn't know where these places. And even the border of Vrindavan, it was not known. Actually, in normal Kali Yuga, if Kali Yuga was progressing, everything would have been lost. But this is a special age. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, the Sankirtan movement came. So Mahaprabhu appeared, personally came to Vrindavan and identified many places. He also inaugurated Brajamandal Parikram. Parikram comes from the word production. Production is to go round. We're keeping the right side on the holy object. So he inaugurated, he first did, and it's recorded the places he went. And later in Bhakti Ratnakar, Narottam Das Thakur also went. They're different, almost similar, but different paths they took. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after accepting sannyas, he stayed in Jagannath Puri, but yearned to visit Vrindavan. His most deepest desire was to find the deities that were installed by Vajana. This was one of his main aims. He wanted to establish it as an important religious center for spreading the Sankirtan movement all over the world. Just before appearance of Mahaprabhu, a number of important personalities appeared to begin the movement. So like Madhavendra Puri, Ishwar Puri. Madhavendra Puri came there in Vrindavan. He used to do Parikram of Govardhan. At that time it was not known. He came into the Madhva line. Generally no one will come Vrindavan. It was not considered so important. But he started, and Ishwar Puri, Haridas Thakur. As the location of Mathura and the holy Dhams were known amongst Vaishnava community, a number of prominent Vaishnavas from Bengal and Orissa visited the land of Vrindavan before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So among some of these great personalities, Sri Madhavendra Puri Goswami, renounced ascetic, the Parama Guru of Mahaprabhu. He became the Guru of Ishwar Puri, who became Guru of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is known as the original preceptor of Gaudiya Sampradaya, Madhavendra Puri, because he was the Parama Guru of Lord Chaitanya. So when Madhavendra Puri visited Vrindavan, it was 1749 in this our calendar, he daily performed Parikram of Govardhan. Daily means that is 20 kilometers. He would daily do that. And he discovered the famous deity of Lord Gopal, which was later moved to Nathdwar in Rajasthan, became known as Srinathji, still there. Also Advaita Acharya, he became the most intimate associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He performed bhajan on the bank of Yamuna river in Vrindavan, where he discovered the deity of Madan Mohan near Dwadashatil. He discovered this deity. Then he gave it to Sanatana Goswami. No, he didn't. He gave it to someone else. Then later Sanatana Goswami had a dream to go and take the deity. While staying in Vrindavan, it said Advaita Acharya took initiation from Madhavendra Puri. That time he was there. Nityananda, Lord Nityananda also performed pilgrimage around Vrindavan while absorbed in complete ecstasy. Then again, Lokanath Goswami, Bhugarbha Goswami, they also came. So Mahaprabhu's parikram is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. There it's mentioned that he came in the month of Ashwin, which is now. It said that he came in Ashwin Purnima, which is now falling. That day he came. It's described, but then that is mentioned there. But some are saying that he appeared on Sharad Purnima, because it was a full moon day. Sharad Purnima is, this is Sharad Purnima. But some are saying he arrived on Kartik Purnima, 1 month later. So now this narration is here. In due course, he, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, crossed river Yamuna, came to Agravan. You know is Agravan, now known as Agra. Actually, Agra was part of Dham. It was one of the forests, but not the main forests. You have the main forests, which are 12, but you have more than 100 other. There is one, then Upavan and other ones. So Agravan was one of the minor forests. Mahaprabhu came there and some of the leaders were there. There's a narration where Rupa Goswami, when he was building his temple, he had to go to Agra for some permission or something, government. And he was saying, now I have to leave the Dham. And then Sanatana Goswami, he looked at the record, he says, no, that is also Dham. You're not going to leave it. Now it's known as Agra. After taking darshan of Yamuna, which always flows through Vrindavan, Mahaprabhu went to Rajagram. At last Mahaprabhu entered Gokul, became overwhelmed with ecstasy. Then Bhakti Ratnakar by Narahari Chakravarti, it gives a similar account. Inhabitants of Gokul would relieve their fatigue under this tree. Lord Gauranga also sat here. Who can describe in detail the arrival of Lord Chaitanya at this place? Mahaprabhu came to Agravan, Agra, from Prayag, then went to see the ashram of Jamadagni Muni at Renuka Gram, which was named after Jamadagni's wife. Renuka Gram was also the birthplace of Parashuram. Mahaprabhu came to Gokul from Renuka via Rajagram. In detail it's described, the route he took. So when Mahaprabhu came to Mathura, he first bathed in the Yamuna river at Vishram Ghat. Krishna willing will be there, that's the plan also for us. I was in one seminar on nectar of instruction given by one Maharaj of ISKCON, Bhakti Brihad Bhagat Maharaj. So in the seminar he explained about Radhakund and Mathura. He also explained a lot of these topics. Then he went on to say that Radhakund we're not meant to bathe there, that we know also. It's very elevated. Still some people bathe there. And he said he did research and 30 years he's doing this seminar. He's researching where Srila Prabhupada took bath. There is no record of Prabhupada bathing in Radhakund anywhere. Only in Vishram Ghat. The Prabhupada took bath in Vishram Ghat where Lord Chaitanya took bath and where Varaha Dev narrated to Bhudevi about the Vraja. After he took bath, he went to Krishna's birthplace and had darshan of Keshava Dev. There was a deity there. Lord Chaitanya stayed in Mathura for a number of days, and with the help of Sanadiya Brahmana, disciple of Madhavendra Puri named Krishnadas, Lord Chaitanya visited all important holy places of the city and bathed in the 24 sacred riverside ghats along Yamuna. There are many ghats all along. So it goes on to describe Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first performed Vanayatra, or the circumambulation of the foot of all 12 sacred forests of Vrindavan. Now it's become famous, people do this, they go to all the holy places. He visited the forests of Madhuvan, then gradually traveled to each of the 12 sacred forests. First on the western side of the river, then on the eastern side. He took a month to complete it. So here different narrations are there about him in Vrajamandala. When on Parikram, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discovered a number of holy places because actually he was there himself. He'll know, who will know? Krishna knows where his places are. So important holy places. His most important discovery was Radhakund. We were there in Radhakund. They refer to Radhakund as locals, Gauri, and Shamkund as Kali. They refer to as Kali Gauri. Because Shamkund is blackish because Krishna is black. Radhakund is light brownish, reddish. So they used to refer to the Kali and Gauri. He came and it is Radhakund and Shamkund. He found. confidential bathing place of Radharani. He also discovered deities of Nanda and Yashoda along with the deity of Krishna, which was in a cave. Now they're being worshipped in Nanda Bhavan, where Krishna's house was on a hill. After visiting Mahavan, Lord Chaitanya then visited the last of the sacred forests, Vrindavan, where he became immersed in bhajan and stayed for an entire month. Vrindavan covers a big area. After spending 2 months in the holy Dham, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left to attend Kumbh Mela. So now one thing is important. We are hopefully allowed to enter Vrindavan. Vrindavan we enter as followers of Mahaprabhu. Our entrance is because of Mahaprabhu, because of Srila Prabhupada. So we follow everything he did, and he set the mood. What is Vrindavan? Who are the topmost devotees? The gopis, Vraja, Madhu, everything we follow as followers of Mahaprabhu, Gaudiya Vaishnava. So after Mahaprabhu found out holy places, he also ordered his chief disciples, the 6 Goswamis, to continue the work. They excavated many places. He also told them to find the deities of Vrajanath and install them. And they were very in great anxiety to do that. Sometimes it was very difficult. They were not able to. Like Sanatana Goswami, he sat and he was crying on the Yamuna river because he could not find. He was looking for Madan Mohan. Then he came in a dream because Advaita Acharya had found the deity, given it to someone to worship. So he came in the dream and said, "Come, I'm in this house." But when you go to ask, they won't agree to give you. But you persist, and then he entered the dream of that person also, so that he gave the deity. He worshipped. So the first temples there are some 5,000. 5,000 is in 1990 there were 5,000, but they're building every year so many. There are many different temples in Vrindavan, but we have to understand. Vrindavan today, what it is because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Goswamis. The first temples are the 7 main temples. Later, Banki Bihari, all these came and became famous. But the first temples established are by the Goswamis, and they're all from the ancient deities which were found. Later on, Srila Prabhupada even in a bigger way revealed Vrindavan. Now it's very famous. The land is very expensive. People are buying land, houses. So we're speaking about Vraja Mandala. It's first done by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Nityananda also did. Bhakti Ratnakar, Narottam Das Thakur. And different people followed different routes. For example, well, I don't know specifically, but I will say that the Gaudiya Math follows a different route from ISKCON. For example, they all choose to go on different places. There are many benefits of performing Vraja Mandal Parikram. It's in Shastra, in Smriti. It's given. Skanda Purana says, those with firm faith and devotion who perform Parikram or Vraja Mandala are freed from all sins. Go back to Godhead. Mathura Mahatmya. All sins accumulated through innumerable births can be destroyed in a second by staying in Vrindavan Dham for 1 day. What is the need for any further consideration? Anyone who simply hears about the glories of Vrajamanda without falling asleep automatically delivers 200 generations of his paternal and maternal family members. Even not going, sitting and hearing about Vraja, is so amazing. Adivaraha Puran, those who visit the 12 sacred forests will no longer suffer the pangs of hellish life. So here it says now, Adivaraha, here performing, there are a number of different routes to follow, which are followed by different Vaishnava Sampradayas. And this is based on 4 scriptures. Adivaraha Puran, Vraja Bhakti Vilas, Chaitanya Charitamrita and Bhakti Ratnakar. So the Bhakti Ratnakar and Chaitanya Charitamrita trace out the parikram path taken by Lord Chaitanya, while the Vraja Mandala parikram followed by Gaudiya Mat is based on Vraja Bhakti Vilas. It's different. Besides Gaudiya Sampradaya, also Nimbark Sampradaya and Vallabh Sampradaya, they also come. They have different routes. So Mahaprabhu's path is given here. It's described in Chaitanya Charitamrita and Bhakti Ratnakar. It's a long list here. Then Bhakti Ratnakar specifically, this is the path. And this book is giving the parikram undertaken by Raghav Pandit, Srinivasa Acharya and Narottam Das, which is in Bhakti Ratnakar. The particular parikram detailed in this book is called Chaurasi Tirtha. This is the name. It's being followed by ISKCON's Vrajamandal Parikram. Besides these 84 prominent holy places which are followed in ISKCON's Vrajamandal, this book describes many hundreds of holy places. Oh, I'm promoting the book now. 51. Okay, now the area of the Dham. Look at this. See this map. The outer circle is Vraja. This is Vraja of Nanda Maharaj, where Krishna roamed around here, the forests. You can see. So, but the bigger area comes from Sona. There's a place called Sona in Haryana. Okay? It's basically near Delhi. It's from there. Sona. In the south is Morena. Then it goes into Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh. Of course, it's Uttar Pradesh. It's a big area. But the smaller area it's a smaller area which is where Krishna with his cows roamed around. And that is, both is known as Vraja Mandal. Nanda's Vraja is a picture. Anyway, Nanda's Vraja, it is that along the Yamuna, everything is on the west of the Yamuna. Nanda Maharaj, and what he was, you could say he was king. Maharaj means he was in charge of that village, this area. They actually shifted. Initially they were in Gokul, then there were too many demons. They thought this is inauspicious. Let's go to Vrindavan. So they came to this area. Even in Shastra, for example, Garga Samhita is mentioning in Adivara Purana the measurement and the location of the Dham. Because Krishna wanted to give the Jivas here access to the Dham, very clearly demarcated. One thing about Shastra is that we can see Krishna, you know where Govardhan is? It's some 1 hour away by car. Now, how will Krishna roam around with the cows, Govardhan, then Yamuna, we're talking from ISKCON, that is Raman Reti, till Govardhan is 1 hour by car, about 50 minutes. But he was walking. At the same time, then he'll go to other areas. It's a big area. How is that possible? So, there's a narration here explaining how that is so. In Govinda Lilamrita, there's a wonderful description of Krishna's going to Nandagram to meet the gopis at Vamshivat. This is 40 miles. As soon as Krishna started walking, Vraja Bhumi, 1 second before that, let me give the background. From scriptures like Adivaraha Puran, it can be understood that Krishna traveled to every part of the 24 Kosh Vrajamandala, that inner circle, while performing his daily pastimes of herding cows. Daily he'll go one end to the other, so far. This is Nitya Lila. Thus the distance covered in one day while taking the cows is up to 50 miles. And the same distance will be covered while returning back. 100 miles he's walking with the cows. Therefore it's sometimes asked, how could Krishna possibly travel a long distance on foot in just a short time? From 8 a.m. in the morning till 6 p.m. in the evening, how can you walk so many miles? This question was asked by a disciple to the ISKCON founder Acharya, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who replied, Krishna's walking and your walking is different. The local Brahmana Pandits, they were asked this question also. In reply to this same question, they said holy Dham is like a lotus flower which opens and closes at various times during the day. We know that lotus opens and closes night and day. When lotus flower is closed, all the petals bunch together in close proximity, but when the flower opens, the petals are situated at some distance from one another. It's also important to realize Krishna's transcendental pastimes are conducted under the agency of the all-powerful Yogamaya Devi, and it is her responsibility to supervise movements of all participants in the transcendental leelas. So in Govinda Lilamrita, there's a description of Krishna's going from Nandagram to Vamshivat. Vamshivat, Nandagram is where he was staying. Vamshivat is near Yamuna river, that's 40 miles. There he'll blow the flute, then the gopis came for Ras Leela. Now it's mentioned, as soon as Krishna started walking, Vrajabhumi lifted him on the lotus of her heart and whisked Krishna to the rendezvous place, meeting place. With the speed of the wind, it seemed that Krishna arrived there just by thinking of it. Similarly, Govinda Lilamrita also describes Radharani going from Yavat to Vamshivat. It appeared that Vrajabhumi personified had placed Radha on the lotus of her heart and carried her swiftly across the large distance to Vamshivat. It seemed that she appeared in an instant. Okay, now here narrations continue. Although Vedic scriptures like the Garga Samhita, Brihad Gautamiya Tantra, Skanda Puran, Adivara Puran provide us with particular dimension of the holy Dham of this, it also warns us we should not think of the Dham as limited place, 168 kilometers, that's it. It's just to guide us, and Krishna has somehow fitted in this area. But another meaning of Vraja means all-pervading, no limit. Goloka has no limit, and it has come here. Somehow it's fitting in our material perspective, but it's not limited, even though we are giving all these measurements. The Vraja Dham is actually non-different from Krishna's form. This is mentioned in Vishnu Rahasya. Govardhan Hill is considered to be the transcendental form of the Lord also. Govardhan Hill. So Vishnu Rahasya reveals that this particular form of the Lord, his form as Vraja, has 55 parts which are represented by 55 different forests. Amongst the 55 forests are the 12 sacred forests. So now we have 12, then we have 55, then you have 132 because we have Dwadashavan, then Upavan, Prativan, Adhavan, and other smaller ones. So now a total of 132 forests at that, not 12 actually. Now in the Vishnu Rahasya it says that the whole Vraja, Mathura is the heart, Madhuvan is the navel, Kumudavan and Talavan are two parts of his chest, Vrindavan and Mayuravan are the hands, Khadiravan and Bhadrakavan are shoulders, Chatravan and Lohajangavan are the lotus eyes, Bilvavan, Bhadravan are the ears. Now you don't know what are these ones. Huh? Kamyavan is the chin, Triveni and Sakirkupa are the lips, Vival and others are the teeth, Surabhivan is the tongue, Manengitavan is the nose, Sheshai and Paramanandavan are the nostrils, Karela and Kamai are the hips, Karnavan is the genitals, Krishna Kripanak is the rectum, Nandanavan is the head, Indravan is the back. The 5 fingers on the right hand are Shikshavan, Chandravan, Lohavan, Nandagram and Shrikund. The 5 fingers on the left are Garhasthan, Lalitagram, Varsana, Gokul, and Baladev. The 5 toes on the left foot are Govardhan, Javat, Sanketavan, Naradavan, and Madhuvan. The 5 toes of the right foot are Mridavan, Januvan, Menekavan, Kajalavan, and Nandakupavan. So we just mentioned here about different forests. There are many forests, a lot. Now there's nothing. You cannot know. We know the trees, the mountain, lakes, a lot of things disappeared. It's Kali Yuga. Of course, they are there, but we cannot see. That's the thing. They are unmanifest. That's the thing. Shri Vraja Dham ki jai.